Now, let's proceed to foundation assets. Meron dito sa foundation assets, we have emergency fund. And the purpose of emergency fund is that whatever happens to you, buhay na buhay ka, yung lifestyle mo is sustain, your needs and wants are well taken care of without you depending on a job or a business. Life insurance naman, this is basically if something happens to you, your life is taken away from you, your family is financially well taken care of. May perang mapupunta sa family mo. HMO naman or health insurance in case magkasakit ka, there's an emergency which will eventually happen like life, no? Which will eventually happen. You have money or you have a policy that will actually take care of your hospital bills. No, yung doctor's consultation mo, yung fee mo, yung laboratories mo, even your hospitalization is well taken care of. Next is critical illness fund. Ano pinagkaiba na to sa HMO and health insurance? Basically, if your illness is major na talaga or life-threatening, no? Life-threatening. And of course, if it's life-threatening, you actually need a large amount of money or at least 500,000 pesos. Kailangan mo ng malaking pera to actually pay for the hospital or pay for your surgeries or yung mga basically yung pag na-admit ka, madami kang babayaran sa hospital so you need a large amount of money. Education fund, this is for your children in the future or if you have children now, once they go to college, once they turn 18 or 21, you have money set aside or meron kang pera na pinalaki that will serve as pambayad sa education nila. No? By that time, hindi ka na maghanap ng pera because as early as now, you've already prepared for it. Last but not the least is the retirement fund. No, so, retirement fund, let's say for example, you retire by the age of 60 and maybe life expectancy ng family mo, yung lola or lolo mo is 90 years old, yung limit nila sa life. No, let's just use that as an example in terms of life expectancy. So you retire at 60, you probably die at 90. So you have 30 years to enjoy retirement. So I will show you in a bit yung computation ng retirement fund, but the purpose of retirement fund is you won't be depending on your family, you won't be depending on your job, you won't be depending on your businesses para mabuhay ka and you enjoy your needs, wants, and your lifestyle during retirement. So, emergency fund, if you are actually single, this is times 3 of your monthly income. So, bakit times 3? If nawalan ka ng trabaho or nalugi yung negosyo mo, for the next 3 months, may oras ka maghanap ng new source of income. But yung mga bills mo sa bahay, again, yung needs and wants mo, yung total lifestyle mo is sustained. No, walang nagbago. So that's why it's times 3 or around 90 days. If meron ka namang family who's earning or you have a partner, husband or wife that is also making money just like you need at least monthly income na times 6. So yung monthly income times 6, that's gonna be your emergency fund. Ngayon naman, if sa buong pamilya, ikaw lang talaga yung may trabaho, you are the sole breadwinner, you would need times 9 value of your monthly income. So this is where you're going to base your calculations. Single times 3, may family or may partner times 6. If you're only the breadwinner in the family, times 9. Next is the life insurance. So at least 24 months of your monthly income. Now, if something happens to you, you have your parents or if you have your own family already, for the next 2 years, they are still gonna get support as if you're still alive. No, so if kumikita ka ng para mabilis ng computation, example, kumikita ka ng 100,000. 100,000 times 24 months. Meron kang 2.4 million na naiwan sa pamilya mo. For the next 2 years, buhay sila, they'll survive, they'll maintain their lifestyle kahit wala ka. And the money is as if you're still there. No, at least 24 months, that's the adequate value of life insurance. Usually naman yung hindi minimum amount. Usually, the value of proper life insurance is around 10 years. So yung income mo on a yearly basis, times 10. So if nawala ka, for the next 10 years, your family is financially supported or well taken care of as if you're still there. No, and it's better if yung value niya it's more than 10 years. So that's gonna be for life insurance. Next is a health insurance. So we have PhilHealth. Ang PhilHealth naman, this is government insurance that is provided by them. HMO or Health Maintenance Organization. To some people, this is provided by their company. To some, they have to actually pay for this with their company or individual policy. So again, PhilHealth is provided by the government, but you still have to pay for it. HMO is from your work, from your organization, or nag-subscribe ka or kumuha ka ng policy na ikaw lang mag-isa. Yung health insurance as a private health insurance is from a company itself. No, hindi siya from the government, hindi rin siya from a health maintenance organization, but it could be coming from another company or life insurance company, health insurance. And usually yung values nito is around 100 to 300,000 pesos. May mga HMO na merong 125, 150. I think those are the normal values na binibigay nila sa mga employees. So kung ano yung value nun, let's just say 100,000 pesos. Pag pumunta ka sa hospital, you have concerns about your health. Kasama na doon yung fees ng doctor, kasama na doon yung mga laboratory, yung mga check-up, operation, surgeries, or even yung hospitalization mo. If pasok siya doon. Now, if malubha yung sakit or it's actually much worse, critical na siya, you would be needing critical illness fund, at least 500,000 pesos if you are diagnosed. And better siya if millions yung meron sa'yo. No? Kasi karamihan sa nagkakaroon ng critical illness, no, let's just say na stroke or nagka-cancer, needs money for chemotherapy, a lot of assets nabebenta, yung mga lupain, yung mga sasakyan, no, nabebenta because they need money for the hospitalization. So that's why critical illness fund is very important para hindi natin magalaw yung mga assets na naipundar mo na, no, yung bahay, yung lupa, yung mga businesses, yung mga kotse, even the jewelries or other things, luxury items na nabigay mo sa family mo. Hindi natin yun papakialaman because you have this critical illness fund. Next is education fund. As I've explained earlier, it could be in the form of savings, no? Nagsisave ka na ng pera ngayon as early as now for the college tuition of your children or yung anak mo. Or it could be in the form of an investment. Nag-i-invest ka ng pera ngayon and by the time na they will be in college or kailangan na nila mag-enroll for college, i-withdraw mo na yung investment or kukunin mo na yung return sa investment mo para may pang-aral ka or pang-college fund sa kanila. So those are the two options for the educational fund. Last but not the least is the retirement fund. No? So number of years, life expectancy. So retire ka ng 60 and you'll probably die by 90. So 30 years. 30 years, yung monthly livable lifestyle budget mo. So let's just say kailangan mo ng 100,000 para mabuhay ng maayos, no, na nabayaran yung bills mo, pwede kang magpaandar ng aircon buong araw, may pang-travel ka every month, may pang-shopping ka. Kasali na dito sa livable lifestyle budget yung needs, wants mo, no? So, let's just say 100,000 per month times 12 months, so 1.2 million. So, 1.2 million times the number of years. No? So, example lang naman. So, let me use my calculator. So 1.2 million times 30 years. So if ganun yung lifestyle na gusto ko, I would need at least 36 million pesos as a retirement fund. So pwede mo pag-ipunan tong retirement fund or you could actually, same with education fund, you can actually invest money and by the time you retire, yun na yung gagamitin mo as your retirement fund. So that's gonna be all the things na all investments or specific assets na that composes of the foundation investments, growth investments, and the high risk investments. So again, if you want to live on interest, live off interest, you want to achieve financial freedom, simula muna tayo sa foundation assets. Then after nakompleto na natin or meron na tayong foundation assets, we go to growth investments, growth assets. Once meron na tayo nito, then that's the time we can proceed with high risk investment. Step-by-step process again. If wala kang growth and foundation, high risk lang, chances are if the risk or yung the negative risk affects you, mazizero ka or man-negative ka, basically mababaon ka sa utang, you're back from scratch, or growth lang meron sa'yo, eventually in the next 15 to 20 years, kailangan mo siya i-withdraw for personal emergency, family emergency, work emergency, or may emergency na kailangan mo paggastosan ng malaking pera. So that's what happens if growth lang or if foundation lang yung meron ka. What happens is safe and secured ka, protected ka, but you will never be rich or you'll never succeed financially. So kailangan foundation muna. This is gonna be your defense, no, or yung shield mo. You're building your kingdom, protecting your finances. Pangalawa is yung expansion mo or yung growth investments. Last but not the least is for you to go exponential when it comes to your your finances. That's the time we go to high risk. So foundation, growth, and high risk. So that's gonna be it for the financial freedom pyramid.